What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ricky the Plumber. I got Avery Monea, the plumbing apprentice over here.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today, Avery?
Yeah, I'm tired.
Avery's always tired. But yeah, today, guys, what we're going to be doing, I'm actually driving over to a job site right now. We're going to be replacing some angle stops, some supply lines, a couple of faucets, and changing out some shower and tub trim sets. So, should be an interesting day. Yeah, looking forward to it. Just another day plumbing. All right, everybody, so we are upstairs at the job site, and what we're going to be doing here today, we're replacing both cartridges in this Price Pfister double shower. We're changing out the shower trims. Over at the toilet, we're going to do a new angle stop and supply line. As you can tell, that one's old. And then the faucets are going to get replaced. We're going to get new pop-up drains installed and new angle stops, new supply lines, get rid of the accordion trap and replace the P-traps underneath on both sinks. And that's what we're doing upstairs. All right, now we're in the downstairs, and what we're going to be doing in here, faucet replacement, changing out the P-trap and extension tube drain piping, as well as the angle stops and supply lines under the sink. We're going to change out the angle stop and supply line under the toilet, and we're going to be refreshing this bathtub with brand new shower trim and tub waste and overflow trim. And that'll be it for the downstairs. All right, so I'm getting ready to replace these angle stops under the kitchen sink now. So I've got one there, and one there. The water is off, which we can confirm by turning on the faucet. And I'm just gonna get my camera under here and start working. Alright, so what I'm doing now is I'm disconnecting everything under the sink to make my life a little easier. So I'm pulling the garbage disposal out. I've already disconnected the P-trap piping, and yeah, it was just too tight under there to work effectively. So we'll go ahead and pull off the garbage disposal. Alright, so the easiest way to disconnect this is actually going to be to cut it out with a Sawzall. So what you do is you get a Sawzall, flush with the granite, you go really slow and really carefully. You're not going to hurt the stone because it's a metal blade on stone. Stone is much harder. And then basically you cut the faucet and the whole thing will drop down underneath. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab a Sawzall and show you guys how to do that. Alright, now the majority of the faucet body is cut straight through. I can either cut right here and pop it up with my screwdriver. Let's see what I can do here to get this fixed. Alright, I finally got the freaking faucet out. It was a pain in the you-know-what, but I got it. And now, I'm going to disconnect the other two the other two angle stops. So, I'll go ahead and disconnect those angle stops, and then I'll show you guys how I put the new ones on. Alright guys, so I got brand new angle stops here. We got the old ones off, and what I always do is I put a little bit of pipe dope around the threads here, just like that. Not too much, not too little. The reason I do that is it helps the compression nut to tighten down all the way, and so I'm a big fan of using pipe dope. And then I've got a brand new ferrule and a brand new nut. And I'm going to go ahead and tighten this one down, like so. Alright, once you get it hand tight, you can start cranking on it. Now, of course, it's going to be difficult to get this thing straight up and down, so I can't use my rigid one-stop wrench. That's annoying. I'll just have to use a pair of pliers to back it. We got young apprentice Avery over here tightening down this toilet angle stop like a boss.
Not a lot of room.
You go 90 degrees with it?
If I can.
Yeah, you're right. That's a tight spot there, buddy. Just gotta summon the strength of your ancestors here, Avery. Alright.
Think that's good?
Yeah, but you need to straighten it up.
Yeah. Let me get this guy off.
This one's tight. These are done. Now we'll go do the toilet. I'll let you do the toilet. I'll change out the cartridges and we'll get the water back on. Alright, so we are looking at a Price Pfister shower valve. And the way you take this apart is there is a little Allen key underneath the handle right up in here. And so you disconnect that and then the handle pulls off, and then there is a little piece that threads onto the valve body like so, holding the, like this. This is the piece. This threads onto the valve body, or onto the cartridge rather, and holds the plate in place. And so what you do is you loosen this pops off, and then you've got access to the cartridge. To change out the cartridge, you loosen these 4 screws, pull straight out, and the cartridge should pop right out. I've got the first part of the cartridge out. The next part, I need to take a pair of pliers to actually pull it out. I'm going to show you what it looks like. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this brass clip to the side and the 4 screws holding it in place. I'm going to set that off to the side so I don't lose them. This is what it looks like inside. So you've got this second half of the cartridge. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small pair of pliers and just wiggle it out nice and slow. You got to be gentle. You don't want to break any pipes. You can tell that this one was piped in with CPVC and I'm not really a fan of the fact that they used primer and clear glue. That's not the proper glue connection or cement connection for CPVC, but it's okay. We're going to go ahead and take this out, and we're going to be very gentle. So I'll put the camera back down. Grab a pair of pliers. And look, it came right out. This is our new cartridge that replaces the old cartridge. And so we need to have it facing up. You'll see a type P, and that's the top side. And then this will go in the proper orientation. There we go. So this actually turns. So I'm going to insert this now. Alright, you're going to need a 3 32" Allen key in order to get this Price Pfister shower valve off. And you're going to take your Allen key, you're going to insert it in the bottom where the Allen slot is, and then go counterclockwise. And it may fight you a little bit. It is an older shower valve here, so let's see if we can break it loose. Alright, so the Allen key is completely stripped. So plan B is the violent approach, which I will show you guys after we take a short commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going the violent route to get this Price Pfister shower trim off. The screw is completely stripped. Lovely. You can tell that hard water has been dripping on that thing for so long that it's just seized in place. And so what I've got here is a drill bit that should go right through the screw and allow us to remove the handle. We got it. The final drill bit size that I had to use was 9/64. I started with 3 32", went up to 7/64, and then finally 9/64 was the right drill bit to get this handle off. Now, when I took that off, I noticed here that on this trim, there was no piece holding it in. And so I'm guessing that they roughed this one too far back in the wall and they used silicone sealant to hold it up. So what that means is we're going to have to do something similar to get this one. Yeah, see? They just used silicone sealant. So we'll take this off and swap out the cartridge, which we've already showed you guys how to do that. We're just going to repeat the process over here. 4 screws, pull the old cartridge out, put the new one in. I'll clean up this caulk, and then we'll put the new shower trim on. Well, this job has been a challenge, to say the least. I had to reconfigure the drain lines under this kitchen sink because they had a double Y and it just wasn't going to fit. And so I had to reconfigure everything, and that's fine. I'm getting ready to test this. Oh, got a brand new faucet in. New basket strainers. Looks a lot better, but man, it was a lot of work. Alright. Tub stopper came out pretty easy. Now I'll grab my tub wrench and see if we can get the old tub drain out without any issues. You got a brand new tub waste and overflow kit here. The trim kit. So we're just going to match and verify those are the same type of threads. This kit is nice because it comes with an option to use the other type of threads, which you may find on older homes. So this is a really nice setup. So what you're going to do, you're going to put plumber's putty right here, or you can use silicone, 100% silicone, which is what I have here. That's an option. I've used silicone before, never had leaks. Some plumbers think that's cheap or hacky. I honestly love silicone for drains because I think it does a better job at sealing than plumber's putty. So I'm going to put silicone here and show you guys how I would do it. Do a nice thick bead. Now I'll do the overflow. And for the overflow, basically the same procedure. Well, not the same procedure. Similar to how you took it off. This one's a single hole. And so it's got a bracket that goes across and then it tightens down in the middle. Looks good. What's up, everybody? So the job is done. We got all the shower trims in, all 3 lab faucets changed out, new supply lines, new P-traps, brand new kitchen faucet, new basket strainers in the kitchen, new drain piping, fixed the laundry sink, new angle stops, supply lines, P-trap, new ice maker line with hammer arrestor. We just did a ton of stuff at that house. New shower trims upstairs and a new tub waste and overflow trim on the downstairs tub. And what else did we do? We also did new shower head, trim plate and handle, and tub spout for the downstairs tub. I'm beat. I know Avery was tired when we left. Jason actually came through and gave us a hand on the job. And yeah. It was a fun day. Had a couple curveballs, but that's what plumbing is. Sometimes you get into the job and you run into problems, and that's just life. You just gotta keep working at it until you're done. And now I'm fighting Tampa traffic. It's 5:18. I got probably 20-30 minutes before I get home. And that's a wrap, guys. I am beat. I'm ready to go home. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.